Hey everyone, welcome to another virtual field trip here at Utah's Hogle Zoo. I am back. It's your old pal Brad in the marketing department, coming to you live and direct. My favorite building, I think I mentioned that last week, the small animal building. So thanks for joining us. I hope you guys are enjoying these Facebook Lives as much as we are enjoying bringing them to you. If you do enjoy them, please make a comment. Please share this video with all of your friends. Let them know they can find these videos that live pretty much forever on our Facebook page or on our YouTube channel as well. Just type in Hogle Zoo and you'll see that come up. Every Facebook Live, every virtual field trip we've been doing for the past, couple of weeks now, live on our YouTube page or on our Facebook page. So again, thanks for joining us. Hope you're all well and safe. Got a really exciting Facebook Live for you today. But before we get to that and before I introduce our wonderful special guest today, just a reminder, you'll see a button there to donate to the zoo. Any support would be so appreciated during this time when we are closed. It goes without saying that as a nonprofit, we need constant support from all of our visitors and from all of our friends. There are various ways you can donate. You can certainly just donate. Anything would be appreciated, but there's also some items you can purchase on our website, including our fabulous zoo memberships. Always are great. You can look to purchase that, upgrade your current membership. We also have some incredible animal art illustrations that were created by Jay Weston, our resident art director. Doesn't exist anywhere else, only on our website. So go take a look at that and purchase a print. We also have some original art available as well. Again, thanks for your support. It helps us bring these to you every day. So without further ado, I'm going to spin my camera around and I'm going to introduce, as I see some comments start to rolling in. Thank you for your comments. We encourage kids especially to ask questions. We love that. So here we go. Don Neptune, our curator of behavioral programs and ambassador animals. Did I get that right?
You got it right.
How about
awesome.
that?
Well done.
Probably
okay, thumbs up for Brad, everybody. Come on.
Probably the longest title of any of us here
sure.
at the zoo. And of course, the lovely Gwendolyn in the animal care department. So great. We got a tray of stuff. More about that. And what are we going to do today? Let's start with Gwen. What are we going to start with here? I know by the way, we're back by popular demand. Mr. Whitecheeks kind of went nuts last week it was a viral sensation. So we're back with Mr. Whitecheeks today. Gwen, what's going on with Mr. Whitecheeks?
We're going to do some training with Mr. Whitecheeks. So what I have, before we train, we make sure we have everything that we need. And so today we're going to be targeting with him, and I'm going to see if I can get a weight on him as well. We weigh all of our animals just to make sure that they're all at healthy weight, getting enough food. Maybe if they're getting too much food, we could check on that as well.
Terrific. All right. Well, there he is right there. You can see Mr. Whitecheeks
He's ready.
hanging out.
Animal in the zoo.
I'm trying to zoom in, but it was an epic fail. But you can see him there. We'll get a better look at him here soon. So, Gwen, are you going to go in with him? Gwen's going. See, this is the life of a keeper. She actually gets to go in with Mr. Whitecheeks. You know, those of us in marketing, we get so jealous of the keeper contact with these animals. It's so great. There he is right there.
Well, everybody has been expressing interest in wanting to learn more about animal training. So Gwen is going to show us some of the basics of where we start with our animals. She's going to be working that target behavior. Target is probably the most versatile behavior that we train with any of our animals. You've probably seen us use it with bears and seals and giraffe and virtually every animal we have out there. And the reason why the target is important, he knows to touch his nose to that target, and it's followed with what we call reinforcement. And that's his mouse or a mouse bit.
Oh, you got a lovely mouse.
Because part of animal training is knowing your animal. Let's take a look at that treat pouch.
A pouch of mice.
Pouch of mice parts.
Only
Yeah.
at Utah's Hogle Zoo
Because
do you see
Gwen
a
knows
pouch
her
of mice.
animal and she knows what's motivating, so she knows that that's the reinforcement that White Cheeks wants and needs.
You guys see that targeting that Gwen did there? I think I missed it the first time, so.
And the reason why the target's so important is that they can learn to generalize that behavior, and we can use it to facilitate movement, body positioning. So you're going to see her with this black tub that we have set up down here. She's probably going to use that target to get White Cheeks to move towards the scale so we can get regular weights on him. That's one of the things that we really start out with to make sure that an animal is healthy, is getting regular weights on them. Make sure that they're not gaining too much weight and not losing too much weight. So you see that Gwen has a whistle in her mouth. We can't hear it too well out here, but that is what we call the bridge. And the bridge is basically what bridges the time lapse between when the animal performs the correct behavior. So for this example, touching his nose to that target, he'll get bridged. You'll see Gwen blow the whistle, and that means, yep, you did it right at that exact moment, and that means reward is coming.
Now, how often does she do this with the targeting?
Gwen trains with our animals every single day. You guys have learned about lots of enrichment. This is one form of our enrichment, but it's also a way that really enhances our care of our animals. And in my opinion, I've been in the business almost 30 years. It has revolutionized zookeeping and the care and welfare of our animals.
Oh, that's fascinating. Tell us a little bit about the role of enrichment then at zoos, Dee Dee.
Absolutely.
And it's not unique just to us.
Oh, no. I mean, enrichment is essential in terms of really encouraging natural behavior. So it's about keeping the animal mentally and physically stimulated, engaged, learning and exploring their environment, and most importantly, demonstrating those natural behaviors so we can inspire our guests to want to protect their ambassadors in the wild.
Well said. Over my 17 years at the zoo, there's a couple of words that really describe the industry. One is conservation, and the other is arguably enrichment. It's so important with everything we do.
It absolutely is.
With our animals.
Yeah, it's it's part of a bigger umbrella of behavioral management. We're obviously working with these really unique, endangered and exotic species that have very unique behaviors, so it can be challenging to get them to cooperate in their own care sometimes. Just getting them to shift into another enclosure so we can go in and clean and feed, getting them to go onto a scale, even going so far as working on advanced medical behaviors, things like injections and blood draws and assisted reproduction techniques, ultrasounds. I mean, the list, you've seen some hoof care with our giraffe.
Yes.
So we can take those principles of learning and exploration and really use it to our advantage to communicate with the animals what our needs are so we can take the best care of them.
I just find it so fascinating. Hey, hi to Alex, who's tuning in from the United Kingdom. Across the big pond.
Awesome.
Hey, Alex, thanks. He visited Hogle Zoo in 2018, and we sure appreciate you tuning in. All the best to you. Hope you're doing well. Where do our mice come from? Somebody asked.
They're actually commercially available.
Commercially available.
Believe it or not. Just like you would go to the store to buy some dog food or some cat food, there are some suppliers out there in the world that actually market and distribute frozen rodents.
See, folks? See how much you learn during these Facebook Lives?
Mr. White Cheeks is being quite adorable right now, so he went and got on the scale even though Gwen didn't ask him to do it. Sometimes we see that with animals that they're like, but look what I can do. Aren't I going to earn reinforcement for that?
It's so great. How many mice does he typically eat a day?
It looks like she's probably cut up 4.
4.
Look, she can hear us in there.
Nice.
That's awesome. How come we can hear you, or you can hear us, but we can't hear you?
Yeah, exactly. That doesn't seem right.
It doesn't seem right.
No, Teresa, it is not a baby lynx. This is a Arabian sand cat found in the Middle East and Northern Africa. We have several here at Hogle Zoo, and they are very popular with our public.
I have to brag a little bit on Gwen right now because sand cats are small cat species, and by and large those species can be very aloof, very secretive, a little skittish. And through her training, I have just been amazed at how she has used those principles of positive reinforcement to really build that relationship and help take care of them in a way that is less stressful to them.
Yeah.
For an animal that looks like a common house cat, but it's actually a mini predator in the desert, it's amazing to see the work that she's done with it.
Yeah. I mean, White Cheeks, he's a pretty unique guy. He has a great temperament and a great personality, so he has a real affinity for training. But I think where the real rock star performance has been with our female. Her name is Desiree, and when she came into us, she didn't have a terribly strong training background, and of course, transferring from another zoo, it was all a big world out there and kind of scary. And Gwen has been so patient working through those early stages of training and building that relationship to really make a difference in her care. It's been phenomenal.
Hey, I see some donations rolling in. Thank you so much, everybody, for donating to the zoo. We sure appreciate it. Now, if you're wondering if anybody lives with Mr. White Cheeks, no, as you can see from this sign, he, being a male, prefers a solitary life, but of course he is the proud father of some of our other sand cats.
Absolutely. I think we've had
that we have here in
5
Small
or
Animal
6
Building.
kittens in the last few years.
Yeah.
So Gwen just gave Mr. White Cheeks the all done signal, so he knows that his session is over.
Terrific.
And she's going to put some enrichment out in there because that's another part of our overall behavioral husbandry is giving them
You see the ball.
fun outlets to explore and have fun with.
Yeah, so whenever you visit the zoo and you see some balls or some maybe what looks kind of like foreign objects to
little
all
tent,
of you,
maybe?
such as a little wonder no longer there is a purpose for why these need to be and are placed in the animal exhibits.
So Brad, while Gwen's getting that enrichment set up, what I really wanted to do today is talk about some of our homeschoolers that are out there educating their kids while we're out of school.
Hello, homeschoolers.
Because these principles of animal learning and animal training apply to all animals, and that includes humans as well. So we had talked about the principles of positive reinforcement, rewarding the desired good behavior and ignoring the undesired bad behavior. There are some really great resources that every zookeeper out there knows. So if your kids are interested in becoming a zookeeper or a trainer, this is one of the principles. It's called Don't Shoot the Dog, and it basically means don't shoot the dog for undesired behavior, train them through positive reinforcement and through what she calls approximations. So break behaviors down into something tangible for somebody to achieve and then reward it with something that the animal really wants. So Don't Shoot the Dog by Karen Pryor is great. This is one of my personal favorites because Amy Sutherland took the principles of positive reinforcement and she actually applied them to her husband, Scott.
Well, there you go.
So it's possible that it can actually save your marriage if you learn how to use these principles of positive reinforcement. And then there's one last one, it's called Well Done. No play on words there.
Yeah.
The power of positive reinforcement. And this is basically some applications for the workplace. That you can basically take those positive reinforcement marine mammal techniques and apply it to our coworkers and our bosses because they work for us all.
That is so fascinating. So you see, folks, you can apply a lot of these principles into your own lives. I'd encourage you to go to Amazon or your nearest bookstore and look for these books. There they all are.
I will tell you that on the zoo's website, we have a training page so you can learn more about animal training.
Yes.
We have a link to Karen Pryor's website. It's called clickertraining.com. And so you can link directly to her website, and she has so many resources. There goes Mr. White Cheeks into his
Mr.
tent.
White Cheeks into his tent. Yes. Very nice. Pouncing.
There's that natural behavior that we use enrichment to stimulate natural behavior.
What is happening?
He's looking at Gwen.
Nice.
What did you do?
So we also have an Amazon, if anybody wants to purchase on behalf of the zoo any enrichment items.
We do. We have an enrichment wish list set up. It's basically broken down by about 7 different animal groups, so you can choose your favorite animal, and there's a whole litany of devices that you can basically purchase and sponsor, and they'll ship directly to the zoo, so you can contribute to the enrichment program, which is, I think, where we got the tent.
If you are absolutely in love with Mr. White Cheeks or any other animal here at the zoo, you can purchase enrichment items for them and make a direct contribution to better their lives.
Absolutely.
Just wonderful.
So I think Gwen is now going to head over
All right.
to some hornbill training. So some bird
Hornbills.
training.
Okay, we're walking, we're on the move. That's what's so great.
Are two non-protecting hornbills. They're females. They're sisters, but they're actually from a different clutch. So Eleanor is 6 years old, and Furiosa is 3. So like I said, they do have the same parents, but just like, you know, with our brothers and sisters, most of us are born at different times, so that's the same with these two. And they live right down here with our African Cape porcupines, Jack and Blanche. So I'm going to get Jack and Blanche set up with their food right now, and then I will start training the hornbills. And you'll have a great view from just right here.
Tremendous. All right.
And I want you guys to take a look. Do you guys remember the hidden pictures from the highlights magazines where you would look at the cartoon or the drawing and have to find hidden things?
Love that, yes.
So I want everybody to look at this exhibit and see how many different types of enrichment you can find in that exhibit. So thinking that we have hornbills or birds living in here, as well as ground dwelling and digging porcupine, look around, see what you can find.
I see a tire. I see a box, of course. That's easy. We got a Whole Foods bag here. Again, this is all enrichment, not trash. Oh, there's a little porcupine.
He's running.
That is not the hornbill,
So
but he's
you guys,
excited for his
I wanted
food.
to talk about, so when I talked about how we use training to build a relationship and help take care of the animals, so Gwen has actually worked with the porcupines to be able to do eye washes. Blanche has had a situation where she has gotten some eye irritation, so she just does a quick little eye wash for her every day to help keep her eyes clear. And that's really one of the main benefits of training, is that we can, again, help these animals be active participants in their own care. And then she gets to follow it up with some of her favorite food.
We got the, I'm also very enthusiastic about my food. That was one of the comments.
This is absolutely true. Okay, here's one of our hornbills coming down to work with Gwen.
Here we go. Let's take a look at these hornbills, gang.
You guys know Zazu on The Lion King?
Yes,
this is the
Zazu.
Same bird.
Same bird from Lion King. Swing around here.
So she's going to do what we call an A to B behavior. It just means she's asking the bird to come to her. They're curious why they have an audience all of a sudden, so they might be a little camera shy. And then she does a verbal bridge. So I talked about how she used the whistle, which sounds like that. We also sometimes use a clicker, which sounds like this.
Oh, very good.
But we also use a verbal bridge, and she just says, good.
Got a little scared there with the clicker.
Oh.
You went up here.
So does anybody remember what we called that behavior? So Mr. Whitecheeks did the wiffle ball on the end of the stick. Do you guys remember what that was called?
Hey, congratulations, Riley. You found 10 enrichment items. Good for you.
That's a target behavior. And so she has just a little mini hornbill-sized target that she's doing for them. And then following up with their reinforcement.
Dee Dee, what is the porcupine eating? Is it just...
What is she eating?
Yeah,
She has a variety of fruit. And then there's a commercially
look.
manufactured chow, like a rodent chow that's there that is infused with all sorts of vitamins and minerals appropriate for her, as well as helps to keep her teeth clean, kind of like a porcupine appropriate doggy biscuit.
Thank you, Leslie. That was a great question.
Well, this is just amazing, because you think of hornbills, you don't think that they'd be able to be as intelligent as they are and learn. I'm sure
See,
they're super smart.
common misconception. All animals can be trained. We do training with virtually every animal here at the zoo. It includes, you guys met Frank the Monitor. We do some training with Frank the Monitor. We do training with our crocodiles. We do training with any number of bird species. That's really, I know you guys have seen elephant training and lion training and seal and sea lion training. We do training with everybody. And it includes, you know, whitecheeks and the sand cats. It includes all of our birds, like the hornbill.
Now, are these hornbills full grown?
They are.
And do you know how old they are?
I don't. Jeannie's in the background here. Do you know how old our hornbill girls are?
No, I don't. I'm not sure.
So I always say, when people ask me questions about the animals, that it's the zookeeper's job when they start a training program is to learn everything they need to know about the animals. Gwen knows the answer to that because her job is to build that relationship. So she knows all the things.
And Paige is asking what their names are again.
So, Furiosa.
Furiosa? Okay.
And Eleanor.
And Eleanor.
Very similar names.
Furiosa
Of course. I remember
and
Furiosa.
Eleanor.
I did not remember
I could
Eleanor.
probably remember Eleanor.
So now she does what we call a jackpot. So that
Oh.
means just like a big super hooty reward at the
Oh.
end of the session. She did a scatter feed of the rest
Oh.
of their mealworms.
Yeah, and they're
so now they get to forage for those just like
mealworms.
they would had they been hatched in the wild.
And foraging itself is a form of enrichment.
Absolutely.
An
Again,
important
bringing
form.
out those natural behaviors, extending their feeding times, making feeding time challenging. That's really kind of the basis of enrichment and training, is giving animals the opportunity to work for their food and experience challenge and keep their brains engaged.
Savannah, they are hornbills found in Africa.
And how large do they get, Gwen?
They're full grown.
They're full grown.
Yeah, what are their ages? They're about, they're not too small.
Pretty tiny.
Like 71 grams.
Yeah, not, yeah.
And how old are they? Eleanor is 6 and Furiosa is 3.
Now, the one on the right here just offered a mealworm to the one on the left.
Well,
They are
wasn't
sisters,
that
yeah,
nice?
So they will share. Yeah, they will do that.
Did you hear that, kids? Sharing with your siblings.
Share with your siblings.
You can get reinforced for that by your parents.
Yeah, they're one of the smaller hornbills. There's about 54 species of hornbill.
Is it 54 species?
Yeah, and you can tell these ones are the girl Vanderdecken hornbills because they have a black beak, whereas the males have a really bright red beak.
Oh,
So they
interesting.
Have that sexual dimorphism. So,
Okay.
yeah, with these hornbills, you can tell the difference between male and female in the wild.
So,
Oh, sorry, Eleanor's 170 grams, and yeah.
Explain dimorphism, what you mean by sexual dimorphism.
So it's just a way that you can tell a male from a female. Just they have those specific different characteristics, so it makes it obvious that one is a girl and one is a boy.
Like in peafowl, correct?
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
very obvious which is the male, which is the female, because
Exactly.
they're bright colors.
Yes.
Great. So the last thing we wanted to do is we wanted to teach you guys one of the training techniques that we actually teach all of our zookeepers. And it's a game called the training game, which was taught
training
by
game.
Karen Pryor. I talked about the book, Don't Shoot the Dog. Karen Pryor taught the premise of the training game, and there's probably hundreds of different versions out there that hopefully we can share. But you guys can play this at home. Pick a trainer. So our trainer is going to be Gwen, obviously.
Yay,
and
Gwen.
then our animal is going to be Jeannie. So Jeannie has her favorite reinforcement, which is chocolate.
Oh,
This is great.
Physical distancing, I'm going to have her give herself a reward.
yes,
Oh,
okay.
that's a good idea.
Yes, we are practicing proper social distancing
I like it.
here at the
so
zoo
Jeannie,
among
if you'll
staff.
just step away,
just so
we're going to
everybody
come up with a
knows.
behavior for the training game. And really the basis of the training game is for the trainer, Gwen, to break the behavior down in her head into small steps and bridge, using her whistle, the steps that are getting closer to that behavior. So it's kind of like a hot cold game. Keep going is the signal. So when Jeannie hears her whistle, she's going to go, "Ooh, I did something right. I'm going to keep going," and we're going to shape a behavior. So Gwen has come up with a secret behavior in her.
So we're going to do target, and then I'll show you how target can lead into other behaviors. So from target, I'm going to train her to go around in a circle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you
She's
think we
going
could
to
do it,
target
everybody?
and train her to go around in a circle.
And I think it might be fun if you guys at home, knowing that the timing of that bridge when an animal's doing something correctly is so important. Give us some thumbs up.
Yeah.
When you see Jeannie moving in the right direction and you want to tell her, keep going, you're doing it right, and give her some reinforcement.
Click
you
on
can
a
do
thumbs
that.
up,
Click on
folks.
that
Yes.
thumbs up.
Okay, here we go. We're ready. Now, you won't be able to hear Gwen, so I'll try to relay to everybody what's going on.
Well, that is actually one of the premises of the training game, is it's completely silent
and it is
except for
silent.
the bridge.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to assume that the bridge is already established.
Okay, we're assuming the bridge is already established. Okay.
So the
All
animal
right.
is really just going to behave naturally, potentially offer up some general behaviors, be a normal human animal. Nice. Oh, she went towards the target. That was good. That was a
And
good
she
step.
takes a bite of her chocolate. Nice.
Oh, a cheek, huh? The other cheek. So she's starting to get it. You see that she's starting to understand that it has something to do with me touching that target.
I think it will work with your baby brother,
Did
Whitney.
you guys see that?
Actually.
Nose to the ball.
Nose to the ball
Just
that
like
time.
Mr. White Cheeks.
See that? Just like, yep, you saw this earlier, right? And then she takes a bite of her treat.
You guys hear Gwen's bridge? That whistle goes, yes, that's it.
This animal seems very well trained.
We do have the smartest zookeepers. And the best trainers.
Target.
So now she's putting it on a verbal cue.
Target. Target.
Good. Are we getting some thumbs up there from our
We're
trainers?
getting
at
lots and lots of thumbs up. Thank
home?
you,
Lots of thumbs up.
everyone.
Thanks for helping us
And
train
lots
it.
of hearts. Oh, I love all those thumbs up.
Someone asked if this will work with their baby brother.
Yeah, I saw that.
It absolutely
It
does.
absolutely does. Train them young, folks. And chocolate is a good reward, Shawnee. I agree.
We're ruining Jeannie's lunch. So do you guys see Gwen moving on to that next approximation? She's using that behavior that Jeannie knows, and she's starting to shape that behavior.
Okay.
And there it is, going in
All
a
right.
circle. So you
Now,
guys,
does she get to put the rest of the chocolate bar in her mouth all at once?
that would be the jackpot. I mean, Jeannie, you can go for it if you want.
And then from there, I would add in another cue. So I would actually stop saying target, and I could add in turn or circle or spin.
Yeah.
And then after that, you can take away the target and start adding in a different like visual cue. So
Yeah, different visual cues.
Yeah, we use
Right.
hand
Can remove the
cues,
target.
visual cues, verbal cues, all of those things to give the animals the best information that we can, and then reinforce them for that behavior. Oh, that was like a virtual
See,
high five.
that was the 6-foot bubble high five. Yes.
Virtual high five.
Well done. Yes, it will work on your cats. Again, a lot of what we've been talking about today is perfect for your pets at home, your domesticated animals. So please look for those books, and if you have any questions, lots of information on the internet at different zoos. And it's such an important part of all we do here at Hogle Zoo in taking care of our fabulous animal collection. I think we'll go ahead and end this. I want to thank our guests for joining us today. There they are.
Thanks, guys.
Fabulous folks from the animal care team. And thanks to all of you for joining us today for this virtual field trip, learning everything there is to know about enrichment and checking out our hornbills and Mr. White Cheeks, of course. Thank you for your donations. Go to hoglezoo.org for more opportunities to give. Thank you for those that have donated while we've been live just now. It means the world to us. Got another fabulous virtual field trip planned for tomorrow. In the meantime, don't forget to always be a champion for wildlife, and we'll see you then. Take care, all. Bye-bye.
Nice job, guys. That's my reinforcement. Wait, that goes so fast, right?
That was 30 minutes.
Like,